trying to... it's like 7 a.m. But it's worth it for Terry. Hopefully. Where is... That shouldn't be there. Huh. Okay, well I guess I can't really check that right now. Hopefully this works. What time is it? It's 9:59? Okay, one more minute. Should get my thing in. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. So I'm a little tired, but a little out of it. I literally just woke up. So we'll see how this goes. I think, didn't they do this with someone else too? I believe. Oops, let's move this. Let's see, is that better? Still kind of trying to get a proper setup. Alright. I can't really do much about the lighting. Right there? Huh. Unless, oh, maybe I can. Nah, it's fine. Hi, Sakurai. Hold on, I gotta see the audio. Oh, desktop's really low. Hold on.
Let's begin the presentation.
Okay, is that better?
First, we'll start with what the Neo Geo is. It refers to a 1990 video game console for use in arcades and at home, as well as to the name of the system itself.
Probably
In
fine.
1990, the equivalent to the Super NES had only just released in Japan, so if you wanted to play arcade games at home before then,
Yeah, I think
the
that's
only
fine.
option
Hold
was
on.
to play the less polished ports on the Nintendo Entertainment System. However, with the Neo Geo system, you could play the arcade versions of games at home with no drop in quality.
I already know all of this, so I'm not
1990
too
was
concerned.
right around the year that I started working for a game company. Back then, Japan had rental services for arcade games. In other words, you could go to
Probably
a rental
good.
store, rent an arcade game,
Sorry if
take
the
it
audio
home, and
sucks.
play it. After that, they were sold for home use, but a single game would cost about 30,000 yen. That's expensive. But if you think about it, compared to playing a game in the arcade 300 times at 100 yen per play, you're getting your money's worth. At the time, some people actually thought this was cheap. I mean, there really are people who've played games in the Super Smash Bros. Series 1,000 or even 10,000 times. Anyway, the MVS, as it was called then, was sold in various places, and for an arcade machine, it wasn't all that expensive. You could also get them on lease.
I have no clue what he's gonna do for 45 minutes.
That's why you'd end up seeing lots of candy stores having a Metal Slug cabinet. The home version of the Neo Geo came with this controller. Can you see? It has 4 buttons. And this is the actual console itself. Here is the reset button, and here you slot in the big game cartridges. This is the Neo Geo? Just kidding. Actually, this is the Neo Geo X, the portable version that was released afterward.
2012?
You could also insert it into this docking
I don't think I
station
knew
and
about
play
that.
it as a home console.
Huh.
Beat Nintendo Switch to it. A portable,
Beat
multi-purpose
Nintendo Switch
console.
to it.
Updated iterations of past systems are emblematic of the Neo Geo. Next, let's talk about what Fatal Fury
ABCD
is.
face buttons?
It released in 1991, the same year as Street Fighter II, but this one came later.
I'm excited
It
because
launched
I don't know
after
much
Street
about
Fighter
Terry.
2.
I don't really know anything
Like many
about
of the
King
other
of Fighters.
fighters, Fatal Fury was often regarded as a title that was developed to capitalize on the popularity of Street Fighter 2, but that's not really the case. Actually, both Street Fighter 2 and Fatal Fury were developed using the original Street Fighter as a foundation.
I like this music.
In fact, the development of Fatal Fury was started by one of the planners of Street Fighter. Did I just hear you say, wow? This one is also a multiplayer-focused fighting game. In this story, someone named Jeff Bogard is killed by Geese Howard. Geese Howard starts up a fighting tournament in Southtown, which he runs. To avenge his father's death, Terry enters the tournament, which is known as King of Fighters.
Huh. Okay.
I mentioned the term King of Fighters, something you may have heard before. Yes, there's actually a popular series called The King of Fighters, and that series was named after the fighting tournament within the world of Fatal Fury. And Terry Bogard, who is the protagonist of Fatal Fury, also appears in all the games in the King of Fighters series as one of the main characters.
Oh, I'm sure. It's not surprising.
If you want to play a game from either of the Fatal Fury series or the King of Fighters series, many of them are available now on Nintendo Switch as part of the Arcade Archive series.
Okay.
You may not know which one to play first,
I may actually.
but my recommendations from the Fatal Fury series would be Fatal Fury Special. From the King of Fighters series, my recommendation would be the King of Fighters 95. But if you want to play a fighting game with all sorts of strategic elements, then I recommend the King of Fighters 98. Next, I'll give you some insight on Terry Bogard.
Okay, that's working.
Actually, this video was recorded about 1 month prior to its release.
Okay.
That's because we need to translate and edit videos like this one, and that takes time.
Yeah. That makes sense.
The game footage you see here is not from the final production ROM, so please understand
Oh,
that there may
yeah,
be some
okay.
elements that differ from the final game. Since we have the opportunity, I want to talk about
I guess he
Terry
has to say
using a
that
lot
every
of
time
SNK
because
lingo, meaning in
maybe
this
people
discussion
didn't
the
watch
younger
Banjo,
generations may feel a
But they're
little
gonna
out
watch
of the loop.
this.
But there's nothing to worry about.
SNK
When we
lingo.
released the original Nintendo 64 version of Super Smash Bros., I was often asked, who is Samus? Whether or not the character is fun to play as is
What?
more important than whether the character is new or old, or whether the character is recognizable to everyone. I want to make sure I present Terry to you in such a way that you can fully understand his appeal.
And I know you
So
will.
thank you. Okay, let's begin.
Another iteration of Sakurai Plays Smash.
This is Terry
Versus
Bogard
Ryu.
in Super Smash
Should've been
Bros.
Ken.
Ultimate. He's still wearing an outfit that reflects the era of his original game, but we
Even
did our
with-
best to make him look cool in a variety of ways. When he stands next to Ryu, it almost makes you wonder, is this really a Super Smash Bros. Game? Doesn't it? Just like Ryu, when you're playing one-on-one,
We got that
face
with
the opponent.
Sans.
Actually, he always looks in the opponent's direction. Even if you move him to a location behind the opponent, he'll
I was
quickly
wondering
turn
if they'd
around,
do that.
always keeping his focus on the opponent. Let's talk about his moves. His neutral attacks are jab, body blow, and high kick. Each move is something familiar from the Fatal Fury series,
Oh, I'm sure.
and his dash is power charge.
Okay.
This is a move you can use in Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special, and others.
It's a
In the
shoulder
original
tackle.
series, it was one of his special moves.
Oh.
His tilt attacks are middle kick, rising upper.
Okay, so he doesn't do the light, heavy, medium attack like Ryu and
Compared to
Ken.
Ryu, his attack speed is slower.
Ooh.
This is to match his original series. Now for smash attacks. First up, backspin kick.
Backspin kick.
This smash attack is the equivalent to his strong attack, but the motion is even cooler than in his original series.
Okay.
Next, wild upper and slide kick.
Wild upper and slide kick.
Both are from the
That's-
original series. Then his midair moves. Jump, then chop. Jump, then kick.
You didn't do neutral.
Jump,
I don't
then
think he
backward
does.
kick. And then
Or,
somersault kick.
Maybe you didn't do side
However,
kick.
this somersault kick was not included in the original series. But we needed a move to attack up,
Okay.
so we created a new move.
Hopefully that appears in future King of Fighter games.
Also, jump and then karate punch for a down air attack. If
Can
you
you imagine?
successfully pull off a down air, it's possible to attack with a meteor effect,
Yeah.
as you can see here.
It seems like it
It's
would be.
basically like Ryu's. Next, I'll cover his throws. His forward throw is his familiar buster throw. His back throw is also buster throw.
Well, yeah.
And his down throw is neck breaker drop.
Ooh, nice.
In fact, he used it in the game Fatal Fury, Wild Ambition.
Okay.
I miss playing that game on Hyper Neo Geo
Oh, his final
64.
smash. All hitting me at once.
And then, his
Give me
up
his
throw
taunts, too.
is grasping upper. This sort of dodge attack can be performed after a spot dodge. I mentioned dodge attack. And this actually does exist. During a spot dodge, immediately press the button to counterattack.
Really?
During a dodge attack, your upper body becomes invincible, so this kind of move gives you the advantage when you counterattack.
Huh. Interesting.
Now for his special attacks.
Let's go to Soul.
His neutral special, with just the B button, is Power Wave.
Power Wave.
Depending on how long you press the button, you'll use one of two types of special attacks, weak and strong. This one is weak and kinda slow, and this one is strong.
Okay.
Fast, isn't it? For Ryu, in his original game, you used 3 buttons, so there were weak, medium, and strong attacks. For Terry Bogard, you could use 4 buttons in his original game, but there were only 2 buttons for punch, so that's why he only has 2 attack buttons,
Okay.
weak and strong.
Weak
This
kick,
rule
strong
applies
kick.
to all of his special attacks, so please keep that in mind. By the way, the attack Power Wave is a move that shoots energy along the ground, but how does it look in the air? In his original game, you couldn't use this move in the air. This is how it looks now.
Okay.
As of the King of Fighters 96, the Power Wave ability had a shorter range, so we've recreated that version of the move. It's a useful move in midair and helps keep opponents in check.
Good way of doing it.
Next, we have a special performed while holding in the direction of your opponent, Burning Knuckle. This move also has a weak and strong version, as well as a command input. Like the Hadouken command input
Okay.
from Street Fighter II, you perform this command using the directional inputs, down, to the side, in the direction of your opponent, and then press the button.
Yeah.
Doing so makes the move a bit stronger.
I love doing that
This
with Ryu.
means that Burning Knuckle has 4 variations. Weak without command input,
Strong.
and strong without command input.
Oh man. There's a strong
Weak
without...
with command input,
Or with...
and strong with command input. The strong version using the command input is of course the most powerful.
Yeah.
You'll hear a noise when you input the command.
Oh, okay.
And if you've succeeded, you might also notice some green mixed in with the flames. It may be slight, but there is a difference.
I wonder if if there's an origin to that sound. He didn't
The
say
strong
anything.
version with the command input really is strong, even capable of KOing opponents.
Uh-oh.
It can be blocked.
Oh, no, no. He paused that.
So
Never
be on
mind.
the lookout for that. In such a case, you'll be left wide open. And this is a first for the Super Smash Bros. Series, but the side specials are split into 2 versions, a
Wait,
back
what?
special and a front special. That means there's one more side special than usual, Crack Shoot. This is a familiar move from his original game.
Really?
There's also
Oh,
a command
that's
input
weird.
version. It's performed by using the directional buttons down to the back, followed by the A or B button.
He has a new special. He has... Wow.
The command version can launch your opponent quite a bit further.
Okay.
It creates a bit of an arc, so it can be used as an anti-air attack when your opponents try to hit you. At close range, if you happen to be blocked by a shield, it's hard to be counter-attacked because you'll pass through them. There's something I want you to remember. When you do a crack shoot off screen, this is how it will look.
Yeah.
Terry swings with his whole body when using Burning Knuckle and Crack Shoot, so it can be hard to recover. However, if you keep pressing backwards without inputting commands, you should be able to initiate Crack Shoot in the direction you're trying to recover.
Okay. He has a lot
Let me
of
show you one
horizontal
more time.
game.
Do this, then continue to press backward. And then you can recover. If you press too quickly or input some commands, you'll fly right off the stage, so be careful. And this is his up special, Rising Tackle. It also has weak and strong versions, each with differing heights.
And I'm sure the strong
And did you
goes...
notice that if you hold down briefly to charge, your whole body glows a little?
Huh.
In this case, your whole body will be invincible at the start. Either way, your legs will be invincible. Here's an example of this invincibility in action. With the standard rising tackle, I got completely wiped out when I threw myself at them. But with Rising Tackle's charged command version, you can't be hit at this moment, so you come out on top.
Huh. Okay.
You can of course use Rising Tackle as a recovery as well.
Well, I mean...
Even after using Burning Knuckle or Crack Shoot, you can still use Rising Tackle. This is also very helpful when you're trying to recover, so please
There's no
keep
helpless
that in mind.
mode. Good.
His down special is Power Dunk, an attack that rises and
I
descends.
love that he said that. How he said that.
This side, down, diagonally down command input is also known as the Shoryuken command.
Okay.
If you can pull it off, you'll be invincible at the start
Power
of the move.
dunk!
Also, you can hear a sound when it connects, but it might be tough to make out.
Give me Kirby.
Now, let's talk about canceling specials. I'd really like you to keep this in mind.
Power weight.
First, if you use a special after attacking with a standard attack, the special won't come out until the move animation has finished. That makes sense, right? But here's what happens if you cancel out of it. At this moment here, if you've successfully entered a special command input, the rest of the animation will be cancelled, allowing you to attack again immediately. I'll do that again. Throw out a kick like normal. And once your leg extends, you'll perform the move. Set it up so that when you attack, you can go straight into a special.
Huh.
This will
I won't
increase
get
your
attacked.
offensive options. Please try this out. For example, neutral attack 1, 2, and power dunk. This is a bread and butter combo.
Bread and butter
Aside
combo.
from that, you can also get Terry to fly out and attack in an M shape. In his original game, you could only cancel attacks on the ground, but in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's possible to cancel aerial moves. The types of aerial attacks that you can cancel are limited to things like neutral air attacks or down air attacks. But I think it would be wise to use these combos to expand your offensive options. And at last, the
So
final
it's Husker
smash.
Geese.
His final smash begins with a triple geyser.
Begins.
Terry will shoot 3 geysers straight forward.
Okay, so that has to hit.
However,
a connecting one.
if you think that's all, you're very mistaken.
I like it.
As you can see, if Triple Geyser connects, you'll
Power.
follow up with Power Dunk and Buster Wolf.
Okay.
It's 3 moves in one. It's
Buster
a visually striking combo. You may be wondering what happened to his original super special moves.
I love it.
Yes, they're here too.
Super special?
With the usual rules, when Terry's damage meter rises up to 100% or higher, and in stamina mode, when his overall HP drops to 30% or less, you'll see this Go icon at the bottom of the screen. At this point, if you enter this specific command, you can initiate the power geyser you see here.
Okay.
The command input is, if I borrow the way it's said in the original game, down, angle down, side, angle down,
Oh no.
forward.
I'm never gonna be able to pull that off.
Well, it's a bit complicated. Downward, then backward, then forward. You see?
It's kind of like
It is an action game after all, so you
yeah.
get to control the direction of your punch, be it right or left. In that case, no matter which direction you're going for, just swap the right input and left input. It's like this: downward, then backward, then forward. Or down, and then the opposite direction, if that's forward.
Yeah.
And then there's this other super
I
special
can never
move,
pull off, like, that type of thing.
Buster
like
Wolf.
them.
You can initiate this one by repeating the Hadouken command input twice.
Oh.
Down to side, then down to side again.
Hopefully it's not as finicky as fighting games tend to be. Like, that has to be open to most people, right?
It can be rather difficult to pull off moves using the original game's command inputs,
Eh.
but you can also use simplified command inputs. In the case of Power Geyser, remember this: down, side, down, forward. As long as you input the command downward, to the side, to the back, downward again, and then forward, you should be fine. In the case of Buster Wolf, it's simply down, side, side. That should be easier to remember. Even though the command input is complex, it can still be blocked with ease.
Oh, yeah.
Since these moves can only be used when Terry has taken a lot of damage, you'll be in even more danger if your opponent blocks. So they're high risk and high return. Please save them for when you really need to make a last-ditch effort.
So,
You can use it again and again, but be
we've
careful.
gone through
Your
Terry in
opponent
about
may be able
20
to
minutes.
predict your move and take action.
which sounds great.
Essentially, it's best to use it when it's least expected,
But, like,
or to cancel out of a combo, like this.
what else is there for 25 minutes?
For the taunts, I decided to match his original game. His up taunt is "Hey, come on," from the King of Fighters series. His down taunt spins his hat like in the Real Bout series.
Nice.
And his side taunt is "Stand Up" from Gutto, Mark of the Wolves.
Okay.
I've demonstrated him using various special moves in the game so far, and you can hear his voice. Like that.
Because,
We've incorporated both his longer remarks, like Power Wave, from older titles, and his shorter remarks, like Rock You, from newer titles.
okay. I was trying to see what he's...
And here are his
was
color
saying.
variations.
Oh, I like that blue.
There's a good variety of colors available from across the series,
Oh, yeah, they're pretty good.
and the cap design is slightly different in each version.
It's gotta be...
They're based on his original games, and we've also included some from the King of Fighters 14 and the anime series.
Oh, nice. I didn't know there was an anime series.
He sometimes takes off his cap too. For example, it happens during his victory pose. His cap also blows away when he is defeated in stamina mode.
Huh. Okay. Okay, the stadium.
The stage is called King of Fighters Stadium.
Oh, there's two other guys.
It looks like one hardcore fighting coliseum.
I think the orange guy is named Ken.
The text above the Jumbotron reads, King of Fighters, without the. When we talk about a game title, we need the up front, but the name of the tournament in the game's story is just King of Fighters. This is a very unique stage, and it follows some rules that haven't existed in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate before.
Okay.
First, the edge is walled off. In the Super Smash Bros. Series, you need to launch opponents on the
Really?
stage. Here, however, the more damage a fighter has accumulated, the more the wall will visually react when they're launched into it. Can you see?
Interesting.
Eventually,
So they have to...
fighters will break right through the wall.
Nice.
There are fireworks in the background. Basically, this special feature allows you to KO an opponent only after they've accumulated enough damage.
I like it.
That way, you can enjoy the battle more like you would in a traditional fighting game.
Yeah.
When you're close to the wall, it's possible to be KO'd even when your damage is low. It's just like in regular stages. In the Real Bout Fatal Fury series, there was a feature in which the walls could be destroyed and players could suffer a ring out when they hit the wall. This isn't exactly the same, but we made it kind of similar to that. We hope you'll enjoy playing at this stage with all its special rules.
Okay. So what about the cameo characters?
By the way, there are guest characters in the background, right? Since we have the opportunity, I'd like to introduce them to you.
Okay.
First up, Andy Bogard. He's the adoptive brother
Pasta.
of Terry Bogard.
This is a song called
Both
Pasta.
of them were adopted from an orphanage and raised by Jeff Bogard. However, while Terry's teacher was Jeff Bogard, Andy studied under Mai Shiranui's father. He uses the Koppoken fighting style.
I think I know about her.
Joe Higashi.
What are
He's one of the
Shokubs?
3 main characters from earlier games in the Fatal Fury series. He's the only one that doesn't have any connection to Geese Howard. He's a Muay Thai champion. Tung Fu Ru. He's the master of the Holy Fist of 8 Ways, and he also trained Jeff Bogard. He can enlarge his body as well.
Wait, what?
Billy Kane.
He's gonna
He's
leave
been
it
in
like
many
that?
Fatal Fury games since the first one, and
I've
he's the
seen him.
right-hand man of Geese Howard. While he appears in the first game, his costume is based on his appearances in King of Fighters 97 onwards. You can't really see his back, but the no smoking symbol is definitely there. Geese Howard.
There's
He's
Geese.
the big boss of Southtown. And he's the rival of Terry Bogard. Falling off of buildings is his thing. Rock
Wow.
Howard. His first appearance was Garo, Mark of the Wolves.
The son?
He's the son of Geese Howard,
Yeah.
and Terry actually raised him. That means his appearance in this game at this age with that look doesn't really jive with the timeline, but Smash is kind of like that to begin with, right?
But
Kim
who
Kapwan.
cares?
He uses Taekwondo and considers himself a fighter for justice. His Ho'okyaku is very famous. Ryuji Yamazaki. His first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3, and he's a criminal known as Dark Broker.
Get a load of this
He's
guy.
very selfish and sadistic. Blue Mary. Her first
like her.
appearance was in Fatal Fury 3 too. She uses combat sambo, and she's a good drinking buddy of Terry's. Those were the characters from the Fatal Fury series, but from here on, let me introduce characters from other series.
Yeah.
Athena Asamiya. She's a Psycho Soldier. Psycho Soldier is a memorable game released around 1986, and it was the first title to feature a fully voiced theme song within the game.
Really?
This epic song was also remixed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was recorded in both Japanese and English.
Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, we haven't
Music
seen
start.
the tracks.
Kyo Kusanagi.
Overseas
He's the
version?
protagonist of the King of Fighters series, and he uses the ancient martial arts Kusanagi-ryu. Speaking of the protagonist, there are differences depending on which version you're talking about, like Orochi and Nest. Anyway, he is forever a school kid.
It sounds good.
Iori Yagami. Originally,
Oh, it's
he
that
was
guy.
introduced as Kyo Kusanagi's rival, but when I first saw this character in the game at the time, due to his look and attitude, I thought, whoever created this character must be a genius. Goro Daimon. He's a judo gold medalist belonging to the Japanese
Brock.
team, and he likes to throw his opponents. Chang
Oh.
Kohen and Choi Bonge. One is an escaped convict, and the other is a slasher. They are currently
can't tell which
undergoing
is which.
rehabilitation under the previously mentioned Kim Kapwan. Ralph Jones and Clark Still. Originally, they were main characters in the Ikari Warriors series before Neo Geo. They appeared as guests in the Metal Slug series too.
This is probably the first 3D appearance for a
Ryo
lot of these.
Sakazaki, the protagonist
Ryo.
of Art of Fighting. The original Art of Fighting was released just before Fatal Fury 2. That means it was the first game to implement a true super special move. How could I not include him? King. Her first appearance was in Art of Fighting, and she's a bouncer and bodyguard. She is a beautiful woman with an androgynous sense of style. Next, Yuri Sakazaki. She was kidnapped in the first Art of Fighting game, but after that, she trained hard and mastered Kyokugen Karate in just 1 year. In other words, she's a genius. So,
Wow.
as you can see, we've included many characters.
Yeah.
A total of 20 characters.
Man.
You know, it's very cumbersome. I mean, it takes a lot of time. But so many people love each and every one of these characters,
You
even
didn't
outside
have
the
to.
confines of their individual series. So we simply had to do our best by them. By the way, you may have noticed that a very important character from the Fatal Fury series was not included. Yes, Mai Shiranui.
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Smash Bros. Ultimate is for good boys and girls of many different ages, so we decided not to feature her. Please forgive us.
Did
Also, my music features a variety of tracks, and the music that plays affects which special guests will appear. For example, there's a track called Pasta, And when the music is playing, Andy Bogard will always appear.
Okay. Why?
I hope you look forward to that as well.
See him in action. Yeah, okay, you have to demo him.
Okay, I'm done providing information. So
Maybe,
now let's jump into some
maybe
actual
it will
battles.
just all be a bit. There might not be any small things.
This
Went over
time, I'm going to
history.
play the Terry route of Classic mode.
Oh. Well,
On top of that,
There goes
I
that
want
for
to
my
try
stream,
and
I
get
guess.
the highest intensity level. Let's see if I can get all the way up to intensity 9.9.
I believe in you.
Honestly, playing the game in extreme difficulty while doing commentary is extremely hard.
Yep.
One or the other is doable, but doing both at once forces me to divide my attention. But that means I should do my best at both. I'll do my best. First, this route is named the King of Smash. 3 characters who have some sort of connection will appear as a set.
Is it all
A challenge
stamina?
that looks somehow familiar. Okay, the first intensity level is 5.0.
Mario,
That should
Peach,
be
and
fun.
Rosalina.
All battles in Terry's route are stamina battles. This stage's special KO rule that I talked about earlier isn't the best match for stamina rules, but oh well. On his route, a lot of stages feel like they're from a traditional fighting game. Okay, I did it anyway.
You had to talk. Rosalina.
Of
Wow.
course,
Rosalina
even
next
in
to
this
Terry
mode,
is
it's
weird.
not impossible for me to try
I
for
didn't
a
realize
KO,
she was that tall.
but normally it'll be over before then. There.
Maybe Terry's just
Done.
short.
Looks like he's saying, "Give me something." Next, round 2. It's the
Zelda
Legend of
Sheik.
Zelda team. Just because characters are in a team because of their similarities, that doesn't mean that they have to be from the same game. This is Let's Go to Seoul, Kim Kapwan's team. And I've got it set up so that we don't move from the bottom of Prison Tower. It would be easiest to simply knock him off the screen,
I'm just
but
kinda
I'm
checking
not
the
going to
time
do that
after- out of
because it's not as
curiosity.
fun to watch.
He's not as flashy as I expected, but I think I might like
Come on.
him. I'd have to
Here.
play him.
It's gonna blow. Will he do it?
There it goes. Man.
All right.
Link was giving you
The
trouble.
boomerang's not coming back,
I feel it.
and I can't go to the edge. Oh no! The tables have turned.
That was close. Sakurai.
Cancelled it.
That was a nice hit.
He wears his cap backward when he does a power dunk.
Oh. He just kind of changes it.
Now you could call this the giant stage.
Yeah.
All the giants are lined up. Of course, the music track is Taku and Stepi. Of course, he says. You might wonder who Taku and Stepi are. But it seems like it means Tanaka and Kitamura. This track is from Fatal Fury 2. There's a giant wrestler named Big Bear, and this is his track.
Okay.
Regardless of the track name, it's a really famous hard rock song. So please give it a listen. The original song was called Yusha Raiden. There's that masked wrestler. Big Bear is his true identity. He's called Raiden.
Alright. Man, he's going through all
Jump.
these.
I'm beginning to find the intensity quite tough. Round 4. The whole atmosphere is a little different than how it's been up until now, right? We've been to arena-style flat stages, but suddenly we're at a battlefield form stage. Oh, there's an item.
Oh, you had his shield broken, dude.
There's an arcade game series called Athena, and this stage uses that as a motif. Oh, he's metal.
Oh, that was weird.
Now that I'm
Hearing
thinking
Pit's
about it,
Japanese voice.
I suppose both Lady Palutena and the Athena games were possibly an homage to the Athena of Greek mythology.
Yeah,
Plus,
probably.
I wanted to do something where two characters who are similar or have similar abilities are together. It's a nice Kyokugenryu team. If I let my guard down, I'll easily be defeated, so I need to pay attention. Not bad, you.
Yeah, especially when it's at the higher percentage. Ah, you did the thing. using
By the way,
the battering
You
weapons
can use
to
moves
work
like crack shoot to aim
correctly.
for overhead platforms, so they have some utility to them. I kept her in check. Phew, that was close. Looks like that fire bar didn't work out for her.
You're so close. Nice. Man.
It's getting
That
brutal.
looks like it feels
the
good.
intensity is close to 8. You
Sonic.
could say the opposing team is comprised of heroes from different companies. Sonic and Terry are on the stage. Actually, Sonic and Terry were both created in 91, so they're the same age.
Huh.
And the next year, in 92, Kirby
What does
was
it
born.
say?
Everyone's getting old. But they're still on active duty.
Poor Sakurai. Everybody except you.
You know, it's easier to fight on sloped ground. When using crack shoot, it's especially easy going uphill. Yikes. It's too soon to be taking this much damage. I started out with 150 HP, so I feel like I'm losing. Next, Mega Man.
I feel that.
He was born in 87. The first Street Fighter came out in 87 as well, so that makes Ryu the same age. That was bad.
Can you get this?
Don't go off screen.
Nice.
He went off. I'm sorry. And now, Pac-Man from 1980 is here. Of course, this character was made by Bandai Namco Studios, but when I talk to their team, I'll call him your company's character. They always come back saying, oh yeah, our company's character. I often have
Good.
these kinds of
They play
exchanges
along.
with them. Oh, that was close. But I won't give in until the very end. Because I've got a super special move.
Don't try for those.
How was that? Not
Nice.
enough? I see.
That did a lot.
Well, how about now? It's bad to keep using the same move. Seriously.
I know some people you're
Next,
talking to.
you could call this Team Darkness.
Darkness. He mentioned Darkness. Sora.
With the track Soy Sauce for Geese, playing on the rooftop, it's got the aura of a final showdown.
Sora confirmed.
Oh, not good. Up next
Nice.
is Ganondorf. I don't want to get hit by him, not even once.
Nobody
He's
does.
huge. Yikes.
Is he gonna Doria?
You can't take things lightly in moments like this one. That was a bad move. Alright, can I do this without getting hit? Now for a scary one, Bayonetta.
Oh, no, she's not. That sucks.
Yep, I'm giving this
I like
everything
your
I've got.
Japanese voice.
Oh, that was just dangerous. Pulling off that midair jump was risky.
Yeah. Sakurai, you give me stress.
Uh-oh.
Ow.
She's so good.
She's really
That was a
sparing which
beautiful
time.
move. But she couldn't take advantage of that opportunity. That will cost her a lot. Time for the final battle. It's not Master Hand, but Ryu, Ken, and then Terry.
Nice.
Art of Fighting version 230000000.0 is playing. In other words, it's
What?
kind of a themed fight.
Oh, what?
He's super strong, so I have to work hard. I'm not pacing this out very well.
I like that it's...
I'm starting from 150 HP, so I wish I defeated Ryu before my HP dropped to 100. But I can't give up until the end. I have a super special move.
Ooh,
But Terry is last, so he can use the same
Power
super
Wave
special
versus
move.
Hadouken.
But this is no time
Cancel
for
each
chit-chat.
other out. Nice.
It's really tough doing this while talking. Oh no!
Same dude. Relate with Sakurai so much.
This is no good. Got it! It gets even tougher from here.
The extra time was because he did classic mode and not just like one match. Because
messed up
usually
the
he
perfect
just does
shield.
one match and that's it. So yeah, that's
Here
all
he
the extra
comes.
time was.
I gotta
He
be
just
on
did
guard.
classic mode. He felt like it.
Yeah, but with a Power Wave? If I could have pulled off a super special move, that would have been awesome. But, alright, did I make it to intensity 9.9? Yes, I did. That was hard work.
A lot of points you got. You gotta do the credits.
Terry Bogard is really fun to play as, so I
Shoot your
hope you
name,
enjoy playing
Sakurai.
as him in such situations.
There's still some time. Okay. Yeah, we don't know the songs yet.
Next, let's talk about the music. This time we have something very special lined up for you.
It's probably this and one more other thing.
For instance, when we were deciding which songs to include in this set, we thought about concentrating on songs related to Terry, but there were a lot of big band style songs that didn't really fit the mood of battle. That aside, the music of SNK has always been great, right from the beginning. So this time, we selected tracks
That's
that
what
could
I
be
thought.
called SNK style. Basically, we expanded the selection a bit to include series outside of just Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters.
Probably closer to Castlevania then?
SNK songs have always been great, really. This was true before Neo Geo, and all the way from the old The King of Fighters games to the arrangements in the latest installment, The King of Fighters 14. We did a lot of digging around, and finally managed to narrow our many candidates down to 50 songs.
My god. That's even
We
more
never
than
intended to do
Castlevania.
something like
I think
this,
that
of
had
course.
34.
So we submitted our 50 proposals to SNK, expecting them to pick out maybe 10 or 20 that they considered acceptable. But they told us they were
Because,
okay.
nice.
As a result, we've pretty much added in 50 songs. Have a look at the list.
Okay.
That's how we ended up with the list we have, but we worked hard to deliver some of the best remixes. This was a very special one-off case, and I don't think we'll be able to do the same
Stormy
for other
saxophone.
series. To be honest, I think that being able to hear such a selection might make the Fighter's Pass worth quite a bit more than its price. I do hope you'll enjoy it. Challenger Pack 4 comes with a Spirit Board too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The Spirit Board can be selected via the Spirits menu. Have a look at the back.
Mine has to be a...
If it looks familiar to you, you'll start feeling pretty nostalgic.
Huh.
Shinkiro-san's artwork is always so nice and vibrant, isn't
Is
it?
that Rushmore? Rushmore's officially in a
You can
Smash
also
game.
look forward to mock tournaments
Sort of.
featuring each of the characters.
It's not...
That old school Athena and Ralph and Clark artwork really is something.
Okay.
Now for the Mii Fighters. Please have a look.
Alright, here we go. I know there was a leak about this, but I didn't see it. So maybe? Okay. Samurai Showdown. I recognized her from the trailer. Art of Fighting. Oh, there's Rio. Okay. Yeah, he's perfect for Brawler, probably. Give me a Geese one. Everybody wants Geese. King of Fighters. Oh, okay. It's him. Edgy man himself. Virtua Fighter. Okay. Now you didn't have the assist trophy in too, Jackie. Okay, screw you and your leaks. Because it was probably not there. I'm assuming. I guess it could be for round 5 too, but the leak, 743.
SNK was also involved with the Mii Fighter set this time,
2
so
minutes
it has
left.
a strong fighting game influence. It borrows a lot from the series Nakoruru comes from, like her wind slash attack, so I hope you'll enjoy those little details. Moving on to Amiibo, here's the new lineup.
Oh. Simon,
Chrom, and Incineroar.
Okay.
Each of these will be released on Friday, November 15th.
I really like that Simon. Okay, the update, he still has to
Next,
say
let's
when.
discuss the details of the update. We've made some improvements to battle arenas. First, we're making it so you can send messages to each other in a battle arena. The messages are preset.
Okay.
So there's
good.
that, and also, the player who created the arena can now change the rules.
Oh, thank God.
We've also added the option
Editing.
to play either Battlefield form or Omega form at random in the stage settings.
Okay.
Aside from that, you can now pick Elite only as an arena type. Furthermore, Quick Play won't be the only way to play with people you don't know. As long as the arena type is set to public and no password is set, we've made it so anyone is now free to join. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Terry is due for distribution on November 6th.
November 6th?
If you have the Fighter's Pass, you'll be able to get him
That
straight away,
is
or you
today,
can purchase
isn't
him
it? Yep.
separately.
It's always the day of for these. I'm not
Well,
surprised.
I think that wraps it up
But
for our Terry
it'll be a
Bogard
while
showcase.
before I get to him.
I hope we were able to
This
convey
was
his
really
appeal.
impromptu.
By the way, his reveal trailer was aired in advance. It was created using SNK pixel art. The complete version of it, including the gameplay portion, is finally ready.
Oh, wait,
I'd
what?
like to show it to you after this.
Oh, okay.
Now this is something of an inside story, but I of course wrote the plot for SNK's pixel art packed reveal trailer. When the invitation comes out, you might recall how it says, "Don't be late, S." That is not what I wrote. It makes me think, ugh, this is why I hate inside jokes. After leaving it to the staff, it snuck its way in there. I just want you to know that the S is also the Super Smash Bros. Series S. Well then, let's move on to the intro movie.
Alright, I'm curious. Wow, I didn't know it wasn't... Huh. I mean, I guess no one did. Now that I have a better understanding of who some of these guys are. Rio. Those guys. His brother and that other guy, Geese. And that's Samurai Showdown, I guess. Why does the bird keep going? Iori. Terry!
Hey, come on! Are you okay? Hey, come on, come on!
There he is.
Here's the big one. Press the ball. Terry, win. Okay.
Ah, it's the same. Gotta see those other two victory animations. Okay, I like it. He seems cool. Alright, that was probably the end of it, right? No more big surprises. Oh,
We crammed in a little too much content this time. Hopefully, I'll be able to make future showcases a little shorter.
okay. Can't believe people thought, oh, they lied. It's like, no, guys, shut up. Alright. So overall, Terry looks pretty cool. I'm excited. I'll try him out whenever. I mean, obviously not tonight because the servers will be broken as usual. I'm sure. I have no clue when. Just stay tuned to Twitter for any announcements on that. Actually, I gotta go, right? Yeah, I gotta go. Because this was, like, really impromptu and weird. So, yeah. See you when I stream Terry. Adios.